Alright, well, I know you guys love the live commentaries, but you know, occasionally, just occasionally, we do have a replay commentary. Mainly because the comms weren't like great, someone's microphone was glitching all over the place, or, you know, just some other issues you wouldn't want to hear about, just audio issues. But also because I literally didn't record this match. You know, there's a lot of options. Sometimes I go through like 10-15 matches and I only get one that is good. And if I were to record each 50, like all 15 of them, I would not have a voice at the end of that. But yeah, today we're doing a 4 vs 4 here. We got me, Chop, Skific, and Holtz. We're playing as 3rd, 1st, 2nd, and 2nd Pentagrids versus 35th, 39, 79, and 39. It's gonna be pretty good. Gonna be a good one. Yeah, as the 3rd, I have a interesting strategy that we're gonna try to deploy or utilize, and that is to push between 2 zones here. So with my 3rd armored battle group, I'm basically pushing between Charlie and Delta, with the hopes of cutting off this road and this road. So it's a really powerful position to hold. And we got Skific doing a really interesting push on the left side. If we just highlight his units, you can tell that he's doing a huge airborne assault into this zone here to cut off Foxtrot, so we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, we got Chops as the 2nd infantry pushing hard on the right side. And he has some Spartans with scouts and some Javelin LMLs in the back and also command. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Now MI24 going middle, catching Holtz completely off guard because he has, well, no real AA close to their front. He does have Ihawks, but they're a bit further back. And he has some Gepards coming up as well. But yeah, the MI24 definitely did a number on him. And he's up against Cupcake, who's playing as 35th. So you can expect some Spetsnaz. And that is just a horrible, horrible little time there. Now on the right side we have our Bradley firing some TOW 2s down the line here. We do have to micro this guy pretty well because one ATGM destroys this thing really, really easily. On the left, Skiff is gonna defend and continue his airborne assault. But for the moment, the main action is over here. Now we got our Chaparral and PVADs up here as well. And finally we take out the 24K. ATGMs are taking care of some of these vehicles. And we finally have our tanks coming in. An M1A1HA command and a regular M1A1. Hold up. M1A1 command and an M1A1HA. And the entire idea is just to contain the middle and have our tanks basically move into a firing position so that we can block off this road. That is really the main play here. Really powerful position to hold. So let's see how things are going here. Skific is doing pretty good. Up against Mish later. He's playing as the 39. He has a couple of Saxons, SAS, Yegov, Flare, just holding the line here. And his airborne assault is moving in. So Milans, Airmobiles, and an Airmobile Scout. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Now with the help of the Challengers and my 2 tanks over here, we got a pretty nice fire support going on. Just peek with our tanks, get some shots on the Rasvetkas. Oof, that is a... That Ihawk was way too close. And he got ATGM'd, unfortunately. So we see a slow moving plane, and that is most of the time an Su-25. So we quickly deploy smoke, get the supply out of there, and yep, it is indeed an Su-25. But luckily we have some smoke, our AA is engaging, nice little hit, and then the PVADs, together with everything else, finishes the job. So the airborne assault here is working really well. Mainly because no one ever has units protecting the flanks, or have any units on the side of their, you know, on the flanks themselves. And the same is true for the right side, on our side of the map. Now speaking of flanking, I do have an OH, or a UE in the back, or Blackhawk in the back, sorry, with Scouts units. And they're gonna try to basically get a line of sight on the enemy RD. The dual commands are just taking out supply trucks. That is going to be quite bad for him. Because no supplies. That's going to be rough for infantry. And we actually managed to take out all of those UACs. On the right side, Spoon is pushing quite a lot of tanks here. We have a couple of T-80s coming in. And an OSA Tunguska, so that is a huge force. Milan 2 is opening up, let's see what it's firing at. Oof. I think it was firing at the Tunguska maybe. Another SU-25 comes in, unfortunately hits us on the sides. And we didn't get to smoke in time. And he actually takes out both of our AA, and we have no other AA left in the zone. Those Ihawks were way too close to the front line, and they should have definitely been kept further back. Now Itos are opening up. T80 BVK, Tunguskas, and 62s. Oof, man, that missed. Come on, Milans. Point blank miss, just like that. That sucks. There's also no supply truck here, so that kind of hurts. That is quite a daring push. Terry Paras do get a cargo stab on the BVK. Let's see if they get another shot. That would be pretty nice. Nope, they're stunned and they're gone. Ooh, Challenger 1 Mark II takes out the Tunguska. Beautiful positioning with this guy. And the BVK is basically one shot. Challenger aims up and finishes the job. Look at that. Itos on the BVK. We double tap the T80U, that is. Really powerful AT-Gem units to have. And we just have a little peek with the M1A1 to take some shots at the Conquerors. Now with that, we do lose our smoke cover, so we deploy it again. But now the Mi-24 is going to destroy the Hemet truck, which we kept a little bit too far out in the open. Nice low AT-Gem hit once again. So we are doing a number on his units here, and it's kind of cutting cupcase units off from the zone here. That enables that +5. Now over here, Skiff is still moving in. He's decided to move his airmobiles further up. Quite daring. Because that is the main supply route, it seems. And I want to kind of try this. I want to flank around, deploy like French infantry maybe, and then just move up to this zone here. And to that zone. That could be a lot of fun. Yeah, we have a couple of Conquerors units that we're just dealing with. Not going to really be a problem for our tanks. He does have some Conquerors up there, but we're already in the town. Let's go airmobiles. Nice little landing position here. And that is going to cut off everything from this zone. Really well done there. We're just deploying smoke. Our AA did get doinked. We do have some more AA coming up, but that's going to obviously take a couple minutes. Here we go. Airmobiles with the Law 80s. Beautiful anti-tank weapon. Super good, actually. 50% accuracy, 20 AP. That's as good as it gets. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of supply trucks. We did destroy the first convoy. Unfortunately, we're not going to make it to the second one because I kind of redirected my units to the right, since there is a lot of problems over here. One of the problems is the relatively weak AA. Javelin LMLs are okay at helis, but when a plane flies over, you're going to be in some trouble. Now we do have some javelins for engineers, we have some mech rifles, military police. They're pretty good, but against Spetsnaz, not so much. Not so much. Nice low AT-Gem position here. Quite a lot of damage done to these 3 units here, all on 1 HP basically. Yeah, look at that. Man, that is a massive supply mission there. Holy. That could have used some arty right there. We're getting some AT-Gem hits at least with the Bradley. Nice little artillery coming down on us. Just, in general, a good example of how thinking outside the box definitely works. Or can work. Because on this map, you definitely don't want to commit to a meat grinder, at least I don't like to do that. Oh my god, that was brutal. That actually destroyed a lot of units. So I kind of like to, you know, cut them off from the zone instead. Good moves with the Iglis. On the left side here, Skific is preparing for a push. He has more units coming in. They're going to land behind, and he has airmobiles holding strong over there. So let's see how that goes in a couple minutes. Or Milan's being called in for the right side. I do call in an M1A1 HA, just to help him out here at max range with some strong tanks. And we get a nice little supply truck help here, because my engine is destroyed. Look at that, there's even like fire. That's kind of cool. That's a screenshot moment right there. That's cool. But luckily we get a quick little repair on that, and he's back in action. Now there's a lot of activity on the far left here. Really interesting push. Law 80s just destroying units. Like, without any problems really. They're just really good. Now the Bradleys misses the ATGM, but luckily we have an Abrams that is going to finish the job in the next volley. And what I'm using here are mech rifles. Now they have the Dragon, so not close range, but they have 3 M249s. Really, really powerful with town fights. Now with the help of Sapries and 2 helicopters, that's not going to be the best little toss up there. But it has succeeded in basically cutting that player off from the zone. Nice little Bradley position there. I just love to play out in these open fields. Here we go, we got some tows here, we have supplies, M1A1s, PVADs, Chaparrals, quad stack of LRS, and they're all gonna go into the town here to help finish that off. Area being called in. Oof. Doesn't quite succeed in destroying the helicopter. But we return the favor by destroying that MiG-23. Now we do lose a seaplane here. The Wild Weasels, really not that good. I mean, kind of a bad range. The accuracy is not too bad. But the range kind of hurts this guy. And the agility is also not great, which means the turn radius is massive. And that is painful. Now an SU-25 comes in, actually targets the Chaparral, which obviously has no smoke dispenser. But we do a number on him with the PVADs. And there goes that guy. So, for me that was worth it. Now let's look at the left here. We have a nice little kind of a stealthy push from Skific. The enemy doesn't really have a lot in there, mainly because he has cut off his reinforcements quite a bit. So he's able to move in quite a few units there, which is a really nice strategy that he implemented, and I'm definitely going to copy that. So quad stack LRS, 4 M249s, 4 M14s, that is going to clap. That is going to take care of those Spetsnaz real quick. Look at that. Yep, and they're stunned. Not even a problem. So M1A1s are moving up against 2 T-64Bs and a Conkers. Mainly the ATGMs that are kind of painful. So we do take quite a few hits here. But we are out of smoke on that tank. So what would you do in this situation? We reload the smoke on the Bradley, we move it up, and we smoke it for our tank. And that way we keep him safe. LRS just making short work of the Spetsnaz. They are going to RD these guys, but we're just going to keep moving around. And try to harass as many of these units as possible. Right side, pretty good position. But as I've said, flanks really not being worked on. And Spoon just floods the right side completely. There's not a single recon unit here. So I don't know, Chops, if you're watching, but work on your flanks, my friend. Very, very essential to hold that. That could have been a problem if they, you know, if we weren't +7 right now. Because at this point, Skific has done a wonderful job on the left. He's moving in some light tanks up front and heavy tanks in the back. Basically, M48s take the hits. And the challengers return the favor. SU-25 does come in. Is that gonna kill them? Yep, one dead. That was kind of a painful one. But look at the amount of airmobiles being pushed in. My god, dude. Let's look at the orders. Alright, they're all going into the town, and some of them are going to the left. Really good game, kind of a fast one, 14 minutes and 7 seconds. Skific getting the most conquest points. I somehow get the most kills and the least losses, so pretty nice there. But Cupcake Commando got the most kills from the entire game, and he was in the middle. And Spoon on the right side got the least kills in the game. So really good. Let's go through our kills and losses. So Bradley, just cutting off supplies, destroying some Spetsnaz there. The commands just also cutting off a lot of units, as you can see. M901A3 ITV, so the ATGM vehicle, destroying the T-80U with one shot. We kind of missed that, I think. And the T-62. Again, an HA with a lot of supply kills. And just all in all, good little, like, you know, area denial gameplay going on there. That SC-25 did destroy a lot of my units, though. That one kind of hurt. M1A1 HA, 2 Shappies and a PVAD. 2 M1A1s, actually. But that is pretty much most of my losses, if not 80% of them, in terms of points. But we definitely could have done quite a bit better. But still a little good little game with a lot of examples of what you can do and what you shouldn't do, or what you should pay attention to. So I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And with that said, I'll see you guys back in the next one. Take care.